Hi everyone. So I went to No Kings. And if you would like to see what that looks like, um, you can just travel on over to my Substack. The link is in wherever you can find the description for this episode. And um, I just wore my creepy little mask. I had my sign, and the unfortunate piece is I did not get to dance like I wanted to because we were over halfway to where we needed to go, and I forgot to take an anti-nausea pill, and I didn't have any with me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I have to be really careful with the fucking pots and the medication withdrawal and anything else, the menopause. um it's really just the nausea is ridiculous, and the body temperature stuff can get really annoying. So I just knew there was no way that I could do any heavy movement, heavy movement. I couldn't really just move. I mean to say I couldn't move like a normal person because I knew that I was going to get nauseous and maybe embarrass myself and other people and in front of other people. So what I did instead was I did a little shimmy here and there. I did some creepy little I just would stare at people when they were stopped in front of us because we were on the side of a road and there was lots of traffic, and so when the light would turn red and people would back up, they I would just kind of just stare inside people's cars. Most of them found it funny. I found it very hilarious, but it was a really good time. Um, I really thought other people were going to be wearing shit like I was, but I guess not. I guess they just wanted to stick with their unicorns and their horses and their cow costumes. And so good thing nobody saw my face. And then there was this one dude, hilarious. He was wearing a huge blue diaper, and he just looked like an orange baby, look like Evil Dick. And he was just hopping around the middle of the boulevard, just looking like a baby that's taking a shit. It was hilarious. But anyways, it was a really good time. There was so much traffic, way more than last time, way more honking, way more people. And we happened to go on the day where it was pretty freaking cold. It was 30 degrees, a little bit below, I think, snowing, just freezing. Oh, but the air felt great because menopause. And so I still had a good time. Alicia went as a miniature version of RBG. She even went so far as to make one of her descent collars and wear it. It was really cool. So we had fun. And then so this is a good reason for why I didn't do the kind of dancing in public that I wanted to do. Which, by the way, I think that would have been impossible because the mask I got was you get what you pay for. It was what, $15, so it was hard for me to see out of. Who the fuck is thinking about how are people going to see out of this mask once I make it? Put the holes in the proper places, people. I could not see shit. There was just little tiny holes that didn't even line up with my eyes that I was trying to squint out of. So Alicia had to guide me around. But anyways, so we go back to the car, and we were going to drive up and down the boulevard a few different times with me wearing my mask and the sign hanging out of the car. But anyways, short story is I got super nauseous. I just got overheated really easily, even though it was so fucking cold out. This was when I got back inside her car. And we didn't really get to go up and down the boulevard like I wanted to because I was laying flat in the car, just trying not to get super, super nauseous, even though I was already nauseous. And basically, so I didn't make it all the way home. Thank goodness I had barf bags in her car just for moments like this. And it was the first time I've had to grab one. And I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can make it home. So my poor wife, I just barfed like a good portion of the way home. I mean, we only live 10 minutes away from where the protest was, but yeah, that was just embarrassing. And I don't know, I've been married to my wife for many, many years. I've not seen this bitch not one time throw up. and she's just never done it while we've been together. I'm like, this doesn't seem normal to me. Like, I thought everybody has like something has to get expelled from their body through their mouth, like at some point, right? Like, it never happens to her. And so she didn't even roll the windows down when I was barfing in my barf bag. I'm like, you're fucking gross. Like, does this not smell to you? You know? And it didn't bother her. Well, it's weird. We were weird. But also, like, you know what else was embarrassing? When I was like mid barf and I was able to like kind of stop it once we pulled up in the driveway. I ran inside. Now we had Bella here for a visit this weekend, and we had left her home. So I fly into the house. She's just sitting there minding her own business, and like I have my fucking cloak on from like I wore a cloak, by the way, with my weird ass creepy mask, and I probably smelled like vomit. I had my barf bag. I was a hot fucking mess. And I fly inside the house and I'm like, don't look at me, Bella. If you know what's good for you, don't look at me. And I grabbed a wastebasket and I ran into the bathroom, locked the door. And, I needed to park my butt somewhere just in case. Like, because then I was like, I can barf real freely now. Like, I don't have to try to clench my butt. Like, this is so embarrassing. I probably shouldn't have said that. Um, So yeah, and then she knows I got pots and stuff. So she didn't blink twice. I don't know. But before all that, it was a good time at No Kings. And like among all those people, I felt like cuz last week at this past weekend was so crazy. It was busy and we had Bella up and anyways, I just, for the first time in a long time, or if ever, but probably in a long, long time that I'm able to recall, is I felt like at peace and I felt calm and I felt happy in a sea of people. Like, it's just nice to be around community. You know what I mean? Even though, like, nobody signed up for this shit. Nobody asked for this kind of president and this bullshit and this disgusting cruelty. But it is nice to remind ourselves that there are people who feel the same way that we feel and who believe in, like good, not this evil shit. So No Kings was good. Um, the Bella visit was great, but they're gonna have to start turning into like 3-day visits instead of two. I won't share all the personal details because I don't, some things I know uh shouldn't be said like on a podcast available to whoever. But like the short version of this is I want to punch our niece's mother more than I ever have in my entire life. Like I just want to punch her. I just really want to punch her. Um the kids just don't like it there anymore. And Bella is going to be 17 this year. And basically there's like bullshit going on. Um, and I told Bella, I was like, look, like I don't like kids. I don't like any kids that I've met throughout my life, like maybe a handful, but the majority of kids, absolutely not, except for you two girls. Like I love those girls. Um, and I told her like I am like willing to do what I can to like just help, So I offered her in the event that her mother doesn't get her shit together, which I really hope she does. Like she needs to get sober, she needs therapy, just she needs sobriety, she needs tools to cope with feelings, just she needs help. Like I told Bella, my hope is that your mother does get the help that she needs because like that's just why just want people to get better and to like be happier and to, figure out that there's better ways to live. But anyways, in the meantime, if I told Bella if she turns 18 and her mother still is her mother and still doing shit, she can move in with us until she figures out what she wants to do. Like, and I was surprised when I said that because I actually mean it. Like, I have no problem giving up my room back here that I am recording this from. It's this tiny little room in the back of the house. That's my sanctuary. And I told her, like, I will give this up. I will take everything out of the room, off the walls. You can have it so you can have your own space and your own privacy. And it's not a big deal. Like, we'll help you get a job. Like, if she's not driving or has her license by then, we'll help her get a license. Um, she's working on getting her GED, but like, so we would just want to get her like, I just wanted to let her know that you have a place to go to, and we consider ourselves healthy adults. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, not toxic, not like stuck in addiction, not like trying to just make people miserable. Like, we consider ourselves to be like decent examples of what it means to be like, happy, thriving adults. And so she knows that. And I feel bad for like Madeline, who's 13, because like she's got more years to go before like she'll be able to leave. No, there's not anything worth reporting. In case anybody's wondering, like, well, how bad is it? I don't want to like say everything, but it's definitely not anything to be reporting to like CPS or anything like that. Trust me, like we would have already. But it's just not at that point. It's just I don't know. So I did some naughty aunt things. I won't tell you what those were. Will I? It's not like her mom. Nobody knows what this podcast is. So like, no, do I say it? Are you guys gonna judge me? Oh well. I might have gotten her. So like Netflix has this new thing now. It's kind of like it reminds me of like, add a phone line for so many extra dollars a month, but this one's like add a person to your Netflix account for, so I just got Bella a Netflix. I just added her to our Netflix account and got her own profile for herself because like she just wants to watch stuff like The Crown and she's not allowed to. Like this bitch is like 16, she's going to be 17. She should be able to watch like she's got like special interests in like there's shows on Netflix that she's been like dying to watch. And I'm sorry, but like I went ahead and did that. It's our little secret, but Alicia knows about it. And surprisingly, Alicia's okay with it. And Alicia's the very serious one in this marriage. So I was like, "Wow, you're actually on board with this because I already did it." And she's like, "That's okay." It's basically like her mom's just trying to control everything, and I'm fucking pissed about it. I even took her to Walmart to get like some black lipstick. She's like, I just really want to see what it looks like on me when mom's not around. I want to try it on. Who the fuck hasn't done stuff like that? Um, my God, like I think I've mentioned on here before that I was very savvy when I was a teenager on how to get away with doing things. Now, look, I'm trying not to be a Chelsea Handler. Like anybody who knows her knows that she's a like she has a great relationship with like her niece, but like, I'm not trying to be like that level of like naughty. I'm just trying to be like a little bit naughty so that she can have some fun. So, like when I was a teenager, I was raised in Japan and I was stuck on a military base and it's like if I lived in the states, I'd have other states to go to. I feel like if I wanted to run away, I could go farther. So like in Japan, you're just kind of stuck and anyways, I had to figure out how much fun can I have within this tiny little system my mother has placed me in where like she has to know wherever I go, who I talk to, what I do. Like this bitch was like helicopter parenting to the max. Like the helicopter never fucking left. Just stayed on the ground and you had to duck to make sure that the wings didn't slice her head off. Like that's how bad she was. So for a few years, and I know I talked about this a little bit before, I think. I'm pretty sure, but not quite to like this detailed. I was able to go off base for a few years on a regular basis. And when you become a teenager, you can get like yourself a little military ID card to get on and off base in the military. Otherwise, you can't leave the base because you're not going to be able to get back on if you don't have an ID card or a parent. So once I got my ID card, I was able to learn. Now I would never be able to do this now, but for somehow I was able to learn the base bus schedule. I had all the stops and the times down to a T. I was able to like get people in on my little scheme. So like they would cover for me, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to this after school activity or this person's house. There were no cell phones back then, so it's way easier to get away with shit. Basically what I did was once a week, I would go off base with whatever money I had and go to the CD store. to get myself a new CD. And the CDs in that CD store you couldn't get on base because they were like live shows. It was like I was obsessed with Alanis Morissette. So like there were a bunch of like live shows that were on CDs. It was just that store was great. That store was fucking great music wise. And then on the way to the store was this like little Japanese, like hole in the wall candy shop. The best candy I've had in my entire life. I don't even know if it's still there or if the CD store is still there. Probably not. But so, how did I get the money? You're wondering. Well, allowance. Thank goodness my mother like let us do chores for money because otherwise I would have had to think of like other alternatives. So like I was really good with like saving my money up. I had little things going at school like where I would like draw things or color them and then sell them for like a quarter each or 50 cents or a dollar. And people were stupid enough to buy that shit from me, so I just took their money that way. And then my dad, at least twice a week, he was very strange. Like he would wear sweatpants when he was home and relaxing. He loved to sit in front of the TV with his beer. And our couch was basically when he sat on the couch, shit would slide out of his pockets. It was like a really sinky couch. I don't know how to describe that. And he was very weird in that he carried pocketfuls of change for no reason. Like you're in the house, you have just, I'm talking about like a huge handful of like just quarters, dimes, nickels in his pockets. Usually one, sometimes both. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. It never dawned on me to ask him. Like I forgot about it for years, but like I could be anywhere in the house. I could be in the kitchen, and I was this one time, and I could hear ding 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 ding, like the sound of like change falling out of somebody's pockets and then like into the couch cushions and stuff. I could just hear it. And I remember the one day I was like, yes, because then I waited for him to like get up and leave. Like I wanted to get to that couch, dig into the cushions, and get all the fucking change that like fell out of his pocket. Like dyscalculia be damned. I was able to count the money to the exact like I had a whole fucking business going that I operated by myself with a little bit of help from other people. So I could go off base once a week, get a new CD, and get some candy along the way with the pocket change that fell out of his weird ass sweatpants into the couch. Like it was weird, 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 weird. Just saying this, I was like, this was my life when I was a teenager. But yeah, that brought me joy. So, anyways, I'm just trying to bring a little bit of that to like Bella's life. So, how much time did I spend? Oh, fuck, I'm almost at 20 minutes. Anyways, that's really all I really got on here to say, I suppose, was that I'm being a little bit naughty, but not in an irresponsible way. And I told Bella if she ever gets caught, which I don't think she will because she's got systems of her own. But if she does, I said, you blame me. Just blame me. It's okay. And then I'll let your mom talk to Alicia and we'll deal with it that way. um so that's that. Like, oh god. I really do not like their mother. But anyways, I relapsed on bacon. Sorry. I'm just not gonna lie about it. Like, I thought I was done with bacon. I thought it left my life for good, but then, like just typical addictive fashion. I'm just like, I feel better now. And I'm hungry and I went to the store when I was hungry, which is the worst thing you can do, and I got bacon. And so me and Alicia compromised on how much bacon I could have per day, and I was able to get it to 4 slices. They're really big slices, so technically it's 8 pieces, but like, who's counting? Me. So I just have to stick to no more than that per day, and then just like I really thought I was done with bacon, so this is pretty embarrassing. But anyways, if this is the last time you hear from me because I drop, thank you for your support. And is that all I have to say? Yeah, probably. Okay, thanks for listening. I'm sure there was something autistic in this episode besides myself. Oh, my niece. But yeah, so anyways, um what's the purpose of this episode? Anybody's wondering? I don't know. In case you're weird too, or in case you have nieces and you really want to punch their mother because their mother is being never mind. just in case any of this is relatable, feel free to shoot me a message and let me know and make me feel better anytime. Is that if anybody's like, you know what, Ange sounds really stressed right now. Like I could just like pop her a quick little, hey, it's not just you. Never mind, this is desperate, isn't it? I really don't need that, but I do. It'd be nice to. Oh, my brain and my mouth. Guess what, guys? Today's Wednesday, and tomorrow is medication day, which means in my house, I'm the one that like fills our old people pill boxes with like our fucking vitamins and our medication. And I'm the one that does this. And I picked Thursday years ago during the pandemic to do this. Today is the last day that I get to take a halvesy Wellbutrin because tomorrow it's going to be a quarter per day. Wish me luck. I was supposed to start that last week, but I didn't want to risk what would happen with Bella visiting and like what just I just didn't know what was going to happen. So like um let's just hope that like I don't really notice that much that I'm going to just be cutting that down even more. My Wellbutrin. So how do I sound like almost unmedicated? Do I sound good? Did I sound great before? Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.